Oh, okay. Welcome everyone to our Zoom up. It's our meetup on Zoom. My name is Michael Huggins, coming to you live from Tennessee. I got my co-host today out of Chicago. What's up, Scott?
Chi-town buried in snow. Scooty Rally, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to another live edition. For those of you catching the recording, thanks for being here. We got almost 60 people here live today, and we got another story of transformation. Now, the reason why we bring these stories to you is to remind you that it is absolutely possible with the right system and education and people to totally transform your life, turn it all the way around into something you don't even recognize a year or two from now. That transformation happened for Scott. That transformation happened for me and thousands of people inside of our community over the last decade and a half. And so what Scott and I have done over the last couple months is every day brought you a new story of transformation. Scott, are you having fun?
I'm having a blast, man. Anytime I get to hang out with you, the Phenom, is a great time. Especially your now country stories about living in the mountains on your 265 acres between your chickens and your bears, man. It was never a dull moment.
Yeah, a lot has transformed. When I first met this community, folks, I was living in a basement, my girlfriend's mom's basement. I was riding a bike to two jobs and I was drowning in student loan debt. I was a mess. And because of this support in this community and this process, I've done all kinds of deals in the last 10 years, paid off a boatload of debt, made a lot of money. And now I'm working on one of my dream deals right now, which is a land development experience that we're going through. Check out my episode if you want to go further into detail on that. And Scott's had an amazing transformation too. Check out his episode. We've got a whole playlist, over 80 episodes now and counting. So after this, Scott, what do we want people to do after this?
Well, actually, you want to make sure that if you're gonna try real estate at all, you want to dot the i's and cross the t's because it is risky. And make sure you're doing it right. And the reason we're bringing this to you is so that you can find something. I mean, we got a great community that's been working together since 2007 out of a building, expanded all over the country, and an education that makes sure that you're doing things legally and ethically. So if you're interested in those reasons to do real estate with our group, then get back in touch with the person who invited you here. They can get you to an intro like I saw, like Michael saw, I think like Eloy saw, our guest of honor today, or a property tour or a workshop or all of them. I've seen them all. I mean, I remember going to each of these things, wondering like, what is this going to be about, and being pleasantly surprised after all of them. So an intro, a property tour, or a workshop, get back in touch with the person who invited you and pick.
Yep, and stay connected. There's a lot behind the scenes, so today is just the beginning. And so let's spotlight now today one of our students who have come through the process, raised his awareness, raised his ability to make money in the marketplace, changed his family's destiny and where they're headed now. And so I'm really excited to have him share his story, where he came from, why he's linked arms with us, and what he's done. When I first met him, he was just this go-getter kind of guy, asking, "Hey, how can I help?" In any capacity at all. So he's always had this service-minded approach, and that's one thing that our community really attracts, is these kind of people. And so he used that service mind. He's around a lot of people, and he started just listening and seeing and experiencing this process of becoming an investor. So I'm going to let him share his story. So everyone, help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Eloy Losada.
Yeah, baby.
Awesome. Well, hi everybody. I didn't know there's like 60 people on the call. Welcome. You guys could be anywhere else on the planet, and here you are to listen to this cool little story. It was not that long ago that I was flipping burgers. It seems kind of cliche to go from flipping burgers to flipping houses, but it was an interesting way that it all came about because my wife she's the kind of young lady that's always watching those flip and flop shows and the Property Brothers and everything of that nature. And it intrigued me a little bit, maybe not as much as it did her, but what I was interested in is the kind of money that's on the other side of solving those problems. And
How many burgers were you flipping?
so what was the calculation? At least 500 burgers a day, and that's those.
How long did you work there for?
Longer than I should have been working there, like over a year. So over a year of flipping burgers, and you couldn't even make 20 grand in a year if you tried really, really hard and you climbed your way up to management. And this was the consequence of many bad decisions in my life that had led me to that point. But I was ready to make better decisions, and so when my wife one day came to me saying, I think that we should check out what these guys got going on. It was a good friend of ours that was doing real estate, and my wife was just looking for someone that could teach her the ropes. She's like, I want to do it. I want to do it through and through. Don't care what it takes. Don't care where we got to go. We did a lot of investigating. We found a lot of one-trick pony shows that just quite didn't sit right with us. But we saw this really cool strategy when I bumped into this community. The executive in me and the proof and the numbers just made total sense. But I wasn't very good at managing money, and wasn't very good at making money either. So you can only imagine how that was. But anyways, how you could pay off your debt in just a fraction of the time without really changing your lifestyle or making any more money. You just have to kind of rearrange the things that you were doing with some smart tools. That hooked me right off the bat. I said, these people are smart. There's a lot of people here doing a lot of cool things, and they're all making a lot more money than I am right now. How can I be part of this? How can we learn to do the same thing? My wife, in fact, called me in tears the night that she was introduced to the community, and I followed through the next day to come, see what all this hype was about. And instantly we were hooked. We decided real estate is the way to go. Financial management and education was what we wanted to go through without necessarily going through college. I didn't really want to go to college and learn about the history of Egyptian studies just to, learn finances. I wanted to learn finances right off the bat. I didn't understand what all the in-betweens were about.
I kind of want to learn Egyptian history.
Well,
now you bring it up.
You have the choice to do that now. Before, it's you want to do business school, you have to learn some weird subject that you don't really care for, and so that's going to spend a lot of time, and that time is a lot of opportunity cost that you could be learning something else or putting into practice what you've already learned to make money. So there's a really big practical.
I got a question. So were you a straight A student in high school, like Dean's List, honor roll, like headed towards fluoride scholarship?
No, so really funny. My wife and I both went to separate high schools, but we found ourselves senior year at the naughty school. And I know every single state has that one school that's for the naughty kids. That's where we ended up meeting. So yeah, definitely not a straight A student. I did graduate with like a 3.5, so I'm happy with that.
How do you get into the naughty school? I mean, I want to keep my kid out of the naughty school. It's a whole different direction here.
You want your kid to go to the naughty school because most of the naughty kids end up being the boss of the nerdy kids who got straight A's, if you think about it, really.
All right. Tell that to Bill Gates.
Yeah. Okay. If we're comparing ourselves to Bill Gates, I guess that totally makes sense. Now, really quickly, what ended up happening is within our first, 3 months, I think, of like learning, putting some of these tools into practice, we started to destroy our debt, but we actually got into our first real estate transaction, and fix and flipping is what we thought that we wanted to do. We'll still do a fix and flip here and there, but that's what our primary focus was on. We did a couple, made a lot more money in the first couple of deals than I would make in 2 years worth of working at McDonald's. So that was a nice bonus. But we slowly came into the realization that having those big fat paychecks is nice, but wouldn't it be even nicer to know that there's going to be money coming in every single month without, just do one thing once and then you can just wash your hands and make sure that the cash flow is coming in. So my wife and I, we've kind of been doing the short-term rental thing for a little bit now, and that's proved to be quite successful. I'd say results not typical, but the last couple of months we've cash flowed like over $6,000 in net profit from the units, and we're not literally doing anything anymore. Getting a text. Let me get back on the screen. Okay. Can we see me? All right, cool.
You're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we started the short-term rental thing, and this is what's really crazy about the business that we're in right now and the community that we're involved with and the education, is that we decided to do a short-term rental early or late 2019. That went pretty well, but then our rent went up and we're like, let's get rid of this one and let's build a couple more. So we built 2, got rid of 1, and it was in March that we finished building our 2nd unit. And then you guys all know what happened, and the world kind of shut down, and it was pretty scary for us. Like, how are we going to pay the rent for, these 2 units if 3 months worth of bookings just disappeared? Whew, gives me anxiety just to think about. Now, cool thing is I jumped into little groups that we kind of have going on every once in a while, little communities within the community, niches. And we started reaching out, wondering what it is that we can do to book these places. Like, it's the middle of COVID and we have no idea what to do because we just built 2 units, and we understood what to do up until that point, but this is new. Got so many cool ideas that we ended up staying booked all throughout the height of COVID. And in fact, we built 2 more in the middle of the pandemic. We're like, this is going pretty well. Let's build 2 more. So as people are getting rid of their units, as people are disappearing and kind of being scared of what's going on around them, we decided to double down on our action and build 2 more. And now that, there's a little less travel restrictions, et cetera, our bookings are going through the roof, and it's just super wild and super cool. We want to double our portfolio this year. It's the coolest thing to see. We were calling owners, landlords, and apartment buildings yesterday, and to see my wife on the phone, like, negotiating these deals is incredible, because she was somewhat shy, and this community just super empowered her. And because she has the knowledge, she feels confident to make these phone calls and to say the right thing at the right time, which has just been amazing. What part of the country? We are in Utah. So we have our units in like downtown Salt Lake City, which is really, really cool.
Nice.
And I could keep on talking, but maybe you want to ask a question, because I'm that kind of guy that doesn't shut up if you don't stop him.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it's going well. So,
Yeah.
so
So how many units do you have right now?
4.
Okay, 4 units. And if they're fully booked, what do you make a month?
We're gonna cash flow. So we've got 2 bedrooms and 2 1-bedrooms. We cash flow about $800 on like the best kind of month,
Yeah.
$800 a month per room. So 2 of our units, $1,600 a piece. That's about $3,200. And then so just this last month it was $6,000 in net profit. The month
Nice.
before that it was just shy, like $5,800 above all of our expenses. So that was
Wow.
super wild.
that's after paying for cleaning, supplies, paying for
All
rent,
of it.
and everything.
Great.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. All of it.
And-
And so
and
we
that's-
want to
And that's
double
completely
down.
scalable. Like, all right, well, we know exactly what 2 and 1 are going to get us, and let's just now we could just add to the paycheck, provided that they're staying rented.
Yeah. So it's cool because we've become friends with the owner of the very small apartment complex that we are doing this strategy in. And our long-term goal is that we wanted to buy the whole building, essentially, and we have the tools to do so. So these little hints that we're dropping, these little conversations that we're having every now and then, our goal is to own at least 8 units in this building up until we can buy the building, which, it's just a long-term game. I think that if you're going to jump into real estate, it's nice to make those fat paychecks right off the bat, and everything is possible. But if you're looking at this as a long-term game, as a wealth creation strategy for you, for your family, for generations to come, it's absolutely the right way to go. It doesn't matter how much time you have available to do it. If you have 2 hours a day to work on your craft, within the next couple of years, like, you could be in a completely different place. And then you can imagine a couple of years after that, and a couple of years after that. I feel like we've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I feel like we're still new and we're still just getting started with real estate and everything. Like, there's so much to do.
How long ago did you get started?
2.5, like almost 3 years ago. I think it was like 2.5 years ago that we kind of popped our heads in, and then we committed pretty quickly after seeing what was going on. We took a small break of just, enjoying life, family, the fruits of our labor. And then we realized, we want to live this lifestyle that we just had for, this 6 months. Let's double down and really create this for the next 6 years, for the next 16 years, for the next 60 years. Let's just work a little extra hard right now, and then we're done. Then it's just all cream on top, and it's just nice bonuses every day.
Nice. So going from the naughty school to
Naughty,
like,
yeah, you make naughty school proud, dude.
yeah, exactly. You're such an excellent
like the
student
naughty,
now.
like the naughty school mascot.
Yes.
That's what we do here. We take these naughty kids and these street punks and we turn them into real estate investors and successful entrepreneurs.
Uh,
Now, when I say
Yeah.
street punk, I say that with love. I hope you understand that.
Woody went to naughty school.
Woody went to naughty school. Yeah, man.
Woody probably didn't even finish school, I don't think.
Oh, he did.
Right.
He did. He did.
So I think that's fantastic because now you didn't identify as a student necessarily, but you came into this training program and became an excellent student using this process, using the training. And within 3 months working on your first deal, how much did you make on that first deal?
So we made 30 grand split 2 ways.
And that was
Nice.
on the flip. That was a flip, not a.
That was a flip, yeah. And I went and knocked on a few doors. I'd learned a couple things from people that were doing exactly that. Here's what you should do. And I took the education very to heart. This is what you should do. Just go and do it, were the words that were coming into my head. And so I went, knocked on a few doors for a couple weeks, and next thing you know, we're in our first real estate transaction. So it was that quick because I got to tell you the honest truth, like I was pooping my pants. I was super like scared that we'd gotten to the next level, and I'm talking to homeowners. It's one thing to study and then one thing to put into practice and then one thing for it to all start happening. But the support and the encouragement and the knowledge that I gained from the community and relying on them, it was always a safety net that helped me feel confident enough to actually take action. Knowing that whatever point I may get stuck in any kind of real estate transaction, there's someone doing exactly that, and I can call them. Like I can literally call almost everybody that I see on this screen right now. Earl, I could call Earl. I talked to Earl the other day. Yeah, I could talk to I call Andy. I can call Scott. I
Good, we
can call
got 75 people on the line
You're like
here.
you're like romper room the other day. I can see Michael and I can see. I can see. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Way
it's cool to know that you guys are literally always here, ready to help. And then there's the education to fall back on. Like we want to learn some cool new strategies and put it into practice. If we're going to buy this building, how are we going to do so if we don't understand how to value add in a multifamily or commercial kind of a real estate deal? How does one go about that? Well, there's a backup plan for that too.
Hey, I got a question. You have 2 kids, right?
Yes.
The one you had before this experience in this training and the one after. So what was it like knowing that now you got this training and this new skill set in business and your second baby's on the way? What was that like compared to the first baby on the way with the jobs?
Quite a bit better. We felt comfortable enough to even have our baby at home. We had a nice home birth. There is zero stress of having to be somewhere to provide. It's funny. Some of the residual paychecks that we've gotten over the last 2 years have paid for anything that the kids really need, whether it be schooling, diapers, food, extracurricular activities. And so that's just been a huge, huge blessing. And then there's days that, my daughter wants to come to work with me, and I'm excited for my little boy to voice that and, say, hey, I want to go and check out properties with you. I want to go and negotiate this deal with you. He's going to be a good negotiator. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put him straight into the naughty school. We're going to skip good school and just go straight to naughty school.
Good stuff, man. Cool. You got any more questions, Scott?
So from flipping burgers to doing real estate, that's a pretty big jump there, dude. And
Yeah.
I'm excited. All right, that's all I got, dude. That's it.
Yeah. Another
I'm
great
fine.
student. Another great.
I want to hang
transformation.
out. I want to hang out with Eloy more.
Yeah, you'll like him. He's a cool cat.
He's a cool
And
dude.
he's fluent in Espanol.
Which I am not. So I can order a burrito. I did last night.
Una burrito, pollo de burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eloy helped with a couple of things in Spanish that we needed to get done. I mean, the guy's got some secret powers. So, Eloy, appreciate you being here today. And then also help. I mean, you said a lot of people have helped you along the way, but I can count a ton of people who you've helped along the way. So I appreciate your contributions to our community and what you've been able to do. And yeah,
If you
congrats.
don't mind me mentioning this, actually, and because that's a good point. One thing that I did not expect, I guess, to come out of all of this was the help that we were going to then provide to, family, friends, acquaintances, people in our circle of influence and in their circle of influence. But it is so cool to see some of our close friends and people that got attracted to our enthusiasm with real estate and decided to start doing the same thing, make money in real estate and like start to change their lives. It's really, really cool. I got a text from one of our good friends that just posted their first short-term rental unit. That was fantastic to see. And it's definitely not the first one that we've seen that from. So yeah, just super, super cool.
Yep, spreading the love. It's hard to keep a good thing a secret.
Great.
That's right.
Cool, man. Well, congrats again for all your success and what you've done so far. We're really excited to watch you grow over the next few years. And thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. You guys have a fantastic rest of the day.
Hey,
Yeah.
stick around for the 2 bonus questions.
Oh,
we got
yeah.
two
Okay.
more
I'll
questions.
stay. I won't leave. Bonus round.
Bonus
Stay
round.
tuned.
All right, folks. So there's another episode in the history books. Thanks for watching that, viewing that. And if you're catching the recording, it's now time for you to request the next video. It's either going to be a house tour, an intro, or a workshop. We do have a workshop coming up this Saturday. It's by invite only. It's not open to the public. So get back with the person who invited you here to get on that registration list so you can get access. Please register early so we can get all the resources out in time.
And one last thing I want to mention, the property tours that we talk about are actually students doing deals. So you'll literally see the deals being done by the students, the numbers run. So sometimes people think, oh, you're going to pitch me a property? Nope. Nope. We're just going to show you the deals that are being done by the students that preceded you.
Yeah, exactly. Some of these are going to be PowerPoints, but most of them are live, walking through the property, showing you why, how, what everything is going on. So yeah, thank you for that clarification. All right, folks, catch the next episode. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.
Until the next episode.